Extending legal protection to people in the transgender community. That is the gist of a bill in front of the State House Judiciary Committee today. But that bill's opponents have made the fight about much more than hate crimes. Fox 25's Jim Armstrong live at our Beacon Hill studio to explain. Jim?
Hey, Sarah. You know, we already have hate crime legislation here in the Bay State. It protects racial, religious, and ethnic minorities. This bill would simply add gender identity to that list. So if you're a woman who identifies as a man, it just means you can't be fired or evicted from your house just for that reason alone. And look, you can be against this bill by all means, but you got to stick to the truth. I'm just saying.
So I just finished speaking to some people. They're right behind us. Not too pleased, frankly, with your existence.
Well, that's their opinion, and they have a right to it. I have a right to my opinion, and I think we do have a right to exist.
For the transgendered, it's about protection.
This includes employment, housing, public accommodations, credit, education, and amending the hate crimes law.
Oh yeah, and bathrooms.
We're talking about whoever would want to use an opposite sex, biological sex facility for some other purposes. This bill would open the door. Yes.
What kind of purposes?
Well, sexual assault.
Critics threaten that men will hide in bathrooms, rape women, and then say they're transgendered as a defense. In the 13 states with trans-friendly legislation, that's happened exactly 0 times.
I mean, the bathroom part is the only part they could get people to grab onto, because if that was dropped, they'd still oppose the bill.
So that part of the bill is 2 paragraphs out of about 30 pages or so. Would you still be opposed to the bill without those the bathroom paragraphs?
Yeah, absolutely, because at bottom, this bill is about advancing an agenda that's contrary to nature.
This is very poorly written law.
So it says here, gender expression will open the door to sexual activity in public or public nudity?
That's an interpretation. Mr. Brian Kamaker can demonstrate.
I'm the president of Mass Resistance.
With photos, it turns out.
Under this bill, if you make a distinction and say, ooh, that's icky, you could get a $2,500 fine and a year in jail.
So it's that, the bar is that low, you just have to say icky?
Well, if you make a distinction. I mean, you guys need to read the bill.
You mean the poorly written one?
Well, no, it's very well written.
No, she said it was very...
Well, it's poorly written in the sense that we don't like it, but it's extremely oppressive.
And for the record, I read the bill twice. The Judiciary Committee set aside 3.5 hours to take testimony just on the transgender legislation. They started 2 hours late. You can pretty much guarantee it's going to be quite a long night. I'll have more on the story coming up on the Fox 25 News at 10 and again at 11.